Hello, welcome to It Ain't You, the show that represents the history of ethnic minority groups in the US and where knowledge becomes power. If you don't know, now you know. We're Estar,
Nike,
Bella.
your very real hosts. So our last episode was on a pretty deep topic that's really important to the three of us, which was protest. This episode is on another topic that's near and dear to us. Dibby. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
I'll do it.
Do it.
Dibby. My name is Minho.
We're talking K-pop. It's my honor as the Noona who's been listening to K-pop the longest to welcome you all to this particular episode where we're going to introduce some of our favorite K-pop songs from first, second, and then third generation. This is not a ranked list. That was your only warning.
Whee!
Yes. So the questions we're going to be going through are why this artist for this generation of idol K-pop, and if you don't know what that means, go do your homework. How does this song define this artist in this generation? And then how does this song make you feel? So second gen, we were kind of trying to decide when this started, and we decided to go not with like a year, but with like a feel.
Mm-hmm.
And so my choice for second gen is Big Bang. And Big Bang has lately been on people's minds because Taeyang has made a comeback for the first time in 5 years. And g.o.d has promised to be releasing music sometime while he's alive. But Big Bang...
Didn't Daesung just like sign with someone too?
He did, and he also showed up in a short doing the Shung challenge, and I watched that short like 10 times in a row, half of the time being like, oh, it's Taesung, because Taesung is my bias.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other half of the time yelling at the screen like, where's my music? Where's my new music, Taesung? But the song that I chose is Haru Haru.
Good song.
If you don't know this song and you are not picturing that music video right now, put us on pause and go watch that.
But please do come back.
Story, my personal story.
Okay.
Big Bang. I went to a YG family concert back in the day.
Wait. When you say back in the day,
So this was like the 90s. It was like at the
OG.
it was at the theater of Madison Square Garden, and I went because I love Jinushan.
Oh yes.
So I went for Jinushan, who was the pre-debut rookie act that they brought along. Big Bang.
Oh, that is so
GDYB.
cute. I love
But
this.
you know what's hilarious? I didn't care. So I have no photos of Big Bang from that concert because I only took photos of Jinushan.
Oh.
It was only years.
It
was only after they debuted. I was just like, hold up.
I have
know
seen
these
them
people.
before.
I saw those rookies at YG Family.
Oh man.
Well, it's like that thing where it's like they don't matter until they are somebody.
I do
Right?
remember though that even though they were all really young at that time, like preteens, right?
Mm-hmm.
They still made an impact because I did walk away from that concert being like interested in their future. So they were dynamic even all the way back then when they were like pre 16 years old, like all of them.
Yeah.
So
Well, like if anyone knows Big Bang, right? Like there's never been a comment where it's been like, oh, Big Bang has no charisma. If anything, they're always that's like the first thing they say. Big Bang is charismatic to the like. They are the definition of charisma.
and that's why I chose them for this artist for this generation because everyone, I really mean this, everyone is still trying to reach that level of impact.
right.
We call BTS the next Big Bang. That's literally
wow.
Remember when they first debuted? That
Actually,
was
yeah,
literally
they
what they were
did.
calling them.
I'm just
I get where it was coming from.
I don't
and
disagree.
yeah.
But
It was.
But actually, no. Now that I'm remembering, yeah, that's exactly what they said.
That's what they were saying.
I mean, and then also
now-
Jimin did also kind of
Oh.
want to be Taeyang.
Oh, like who didn't want to be Taemin or who didn't want to be Taeyang?
but yeah, Big Bang,
They made a big bang. No,
iconic can't talk about K-pop without talking about Big Bang.
No, you can't. I mean, think about this. The last song that they did as a group didn't promote, and we're still winning.
Oh, 봄, 여름,
yeah.
가을. Oh my god.
Still
no.
winning
You're talking about
awards.
Flower Road, right?
Yeah.
I know we're talking about the one that they
Oh no,
did.
no, we're talking about Still Life.
Yeah, 봄, 여름,
Oh yeah,
가을.
Oh, yeah,
did they
my
go with
bad.
that?
Yeah.
Oh okay, I
That's
didn't
the
remember
Korean title.
I
Yeah.
didn't remember the Korean title because
That's
you
the
know
Korean title.
in certain areas they don't
Right.
don't put it in Korean. But yeah,
But I will also say, like, that argument of they made an impact goes for all the artists we list in first gen and the next couple ones that we're gonna list for second gen.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And so
I mean, second gen itself is iconic. So
no, I mean
that's where most people
we
learn
spent-
about their K-pop.
yeah,
we spent like half an hour just trying to choose our second gen artists for this, right?
And then we-
and then we had to play rock paper scissors for which song we
For
were
the
gonna
next
choose.
song that's actually gonna come up.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
but yeah, so how does this song define this artist? Check out the music video. I
Yeah.
think that's all you need to do. This style of kind of like this lyrical pop hip hop, but then also the storyline in the music video was one of the first videos to do that. And Big Bang acting in the video, not just singing or dancing, is the model. It's literally the model for videos to follow.
Also, kind of a fun fact, and I definitely want to go back into it, but I think Big Bang was also the first group to actually have light sticks.
I thought for a second you were gonna say they were the first group to have an actor.
Oh,
Well, to me, I'm like,
probably.
that sentence can be answered in a lot of different ways, right?
Yeah.
Big Bang was the first ... So,
Right.
but yeah, this song makes me feel all my like the reasons why I got
Every
into
emotion.
K-pop. Yeah, like the reason anytime I'm like depressed by like fan wars or sasaengs or agencies treating my faves bad, like anytime there's just negative stuff in K-pop, I just go back and put on Big Bang.
Yeah.
Also, for those that don't know, can we get a quick translation of what Haru Haru means?
How do they have it in English? I don't even know.
Oh.
Does anyone even call it anything in English? Don't
No,
we all just call
they
it Haru Haru?
Yeah.
but
I don't
But like,
think
what does Haru Haru actually mean?
Oh,
Oh,
Haru
oh.
means day.
Day.
So Haru Haru could, I guess,
Day
mean
by
like
day.
day by
Yeah, I think
day,
it's day by
every
day.
day,
Yeah.
something like that.
And
But
if you watch the music video, it is a mini K-drama.
Yes, it is.
so, yeah, I listen to Big Bang and I listen to Haru Haru when I want to get back to my OG. Like, why do I love this
Mhm.
stuff?
Mm.
Why do I love K-pop?
Yeah, they
And,
translated it to day by day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
which is a Fly to the Sky song. So that's
I know. That's what I
might
was
be
thinking too. I was
why.
like,
That
but
might
yeah.
be why
another
it's called
second
Haru
gen
Haru.
Exactly,
artist
like-
that had an impact.
So yeah,
But we will bring back more so we can talk
Mhm.
about more of these.
Dippy Dippy Dip. You're up.
So the reason why we did that in the intro is because that actually comes from a funny meme now from the group SHINee, the iconic group SHINee, who is also having another like anniversary soon, isn't it? They're doing something because they're doing something on Insta.
Their debut was May, late
Yeah.
May,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which
Yes.
actually was also referenced by Jonghyun.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, back to the
Anyway,
fun stuff.
but yeah, so we're talking about SHINee. We're talking about to be honest, if you want to talk about idol pop especially, this is when you start to see SM actually make groups defining what idol pop is and looks like. So
and what it has the potential to be.
Yes, exactly. So you're getting of course, like SHINee does, which is the song that I'm going to talk about. They come up with this song. Replay is the English title, but it's
No one calls it that.
no one really calls it that.
No one serious calls it that.
Yes. It's called Noona Neomu Yeppeo, which essentially translate into,
Older sister, you're so very pretty.
yes, but not like your actual older sister. That's a bit of like Korean.
This is where the cultural
stuff comes in. But you get, I mean, it's probably the most iconic R&B song ever.
Mhm.
I love the music video. Wasn't one of who was? Wasn't it? Which Sonyeonda member was?
I don't remember because
Noona.
I'm still thinking about Haru Haru.
Oh,
no,
gosh.
I don't think it was SNSD in this one. I think it was Victoria.
Was it? Yes, that's what I'm thinking. I was
Yeah,
like, I thought it was FX.
SNSD wasn't a different one.
I thought it was FX that was in this because Minho though was in a lot of SNSD ones. But so it's literally like this cute storyline of these like pretty much these young kids, especially because Taemin was actually, which I thought was kind of cute, because Taemin was actually like what? Also 14?
Yeah, he was 14.
He was
Confirming
14?
Victoria.
Okay, Victoria.
Yay, my shovel status has not been revoked.
But yeah, so Taemin's like 14, and of course, like it's literally this love song, cute R&B. Like the dancing was so like just, I mean, so cute. Everything about it, even the like half like, I don't know, kind of streetwear, but not really streetwear. Look, second gen was also kind of
It was just
strange
cute
in their fashion, but it was so cute. And they're literally like telling this girl, and it's also one of the first times in K-pop especially, or even in Korean popular culture in general, when the love story is of a younger guy with an older girl. So this is when you start to get kind of more, I mean, in academia, they'll call it the sexualization of Noona, but it's like, they're kind of like, but she's cute and clearly she's been like around me and all that. Like, it's not the actual, like your actual sister. No, it's not that. But
It's, I would say it this way. It's more like when people call someone brother or like cousin.
yeah, no, it's like play sisters and everything. Like, I mean, we have that in like African American culture all the time. Like, even if they're not related to you, that's like that's
or
your
it's like
sister, that's your
auntie.
brother. Yeah, like auntie, all of that. Exactly. And so literally when this song came out and I saw the music video, and I still say this to this day, when the song comes on my like playlist, whatever, no one debuts like this. They're like, even when you see
Not even
like,
now.
right, not even now. And it's not necessarily trying to say like, oh, like this one's the bestest, because honestly, better and best are very subjective terms in the first place. We're talking about like they come out with a bang, but not a hard one. But it's like, oh, they made that impact. And it's like, you know, again, when this is another song that when it plays, everybody
knows it.
Everybody knows it. Everyone joins. Even if you only know the chorus, you still know this song.
Yeah. And if all you're singing along with is the word replay, you're still singing along with them.
You still know the song.
And
You just don't
like,
know the lyrics.
So actually when you said like, oh, when they debuted, it made like, it wasn't like, you know, a super big bang, whatever. I started cackling because my bias is Jonghyun. All right. But for those that don't know and don't want to dig through all the, like, the video archives, Jonghyun fell on his ass at the end of their first debut stage.
Why'd you have to bring that up?
But like, I was just saying, like, I literally, if you were watching me when you were like, oh, SHINee didn't like make like a big bang at their debut,
but
But they
Jonghyun
did.
Jonghyun did.
it was literally like the last 5 seconds. He slips, he falls. He's like, I give up. He's like, everyone's like in their pose, in that star-shaped pose, and he's just sitting on the floor with his legs like spread in front of him in a V shape, and he looks like he's just like, well, I may as well not move because this is the end. But
This is again why they defined idol pop. Idol K-pop.
right, I will say for SHINee, I feel like this might just also be because they were one of the first groups for me. I felt that they were like, probably also because Jonghyun falling on his ass and literally not giving a shit was like, to me it was like, oh, they're real. Like, this is what it is. He was not afraid to cry. He was not afraid to show his emotions. Like, they were like, cameras there, well, I can't stop crying. Like, all my emotions from debuting are coming up. And yeah, I fell on my debut stage, but damn, I debuted.
And for people listening, seriously, if you want to know even more about SHINee, I love the SHINee episode. Actually, it's a career review done by the YouTube channel ODG, and they're going with like they're doing review of their career with children.
Mm-hmm.
And these children don't know necessarily who they are.
Yeah.
Like the only person they knew was Key, but it was because he was on like a show and they're like, oh,
He's on Amazing Saturday.
yeah. So they're like, oh, I know you from that show.
Yeah.
But when they go through it, it's
They call
so
him
great.
Samchun. It's so weird.
Yeah.
He's uncle.
He's
Yes.
uncle.
Because even with, especially with
He's
Onu.
Uncle Key.
Yeah.
He's the reason why I'm kind of shocked is like he's like 2 or 3 years older than me.
yeah,
max.
they're not both. Well, I'm 32 now.
29.
Yeah, I'm 32 now, so they're 32. Yeah,
Mhm.
we were all born the same year. They're 32.
This, mm.
I
Okay.
mean, Boa is only what 30.
Don't worry.
I
You
know,
can be a
right?
Noona forever.
Yeah, it was like 30.
I don't want to
38.
be Noona.
Oh, girl,
Please.
that's how you know we're young. Nike and I know. Noona life is great.
It is though. It's amazing.
I want to be able to call them oppa without being like this.
You can
mouse
still
weird.
call them oppa if
my-
you're a Noona.
and they're not a minor.
Yes. Well, many of them have.
that
have
that
changed,
is
but
another
yeah.
that is another conversation.
Okay, so I think you're just seeing how this song makes us feel.
Yes, like this. I felt even though I'm the same age as like two of them. I this song, when this song comes on, I'm like, yeah,
Oh, by the way, this song.
moonwalk your way to me, boo.
Yeah, this song to me, the whole setup was like this is like a middle school kid trying to like impress a high school like
Exactly.
girl.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
mean, it was.
Yeah.
Taemin was literally
Yeah.
in middle school.
And the fact that like people are like, oh well, that's like sexual. I'm like, well, that technically is what happens in everyday life.
It's literally a song to your crush. That's
Yeah.
literally what this song
and,
is.
and he's not like, oh, will you be my girlfriend? It's just like, I just want to tell you you're really pretty.
No, he asked that too. He
Oh,
wanted
well,
that. He
well.
wanted that.
Well, the majority
But
of the
it's
song,
Taemin.
and
Taemin.
and we know
Taemin
we're,
can,
yeah.
Taemin can be everybody's boyfriend.
I
Okay.
don't know.
This is why
I
Super
have
M was
to
a crazy
agree.
thing. for
I
me.
have to agree on that. Like, I don't know if I would want Taemin as.
I just want to protect him at all costs.
Like,
That's not your
protect him.
boyfriend then.
Well,
Taemin can be
remember.
everyone's 동생.
Yes. I mean, he literally
Everyone's
is.
But he's
He
older
literally
than me.
is.
He
Oh,
can still.
is he?
This,
Yeah, he's
I'm telling
93.
you,
I'm 94.
he can still be your
He can still
동생
be your
and your
동생.
oppa
Yeah.
at the same time. See, she'll learn one day,
You'll-
Nike.
you'll
She'll learn one day.
You'll know.
I will reveal this off.
I literally saw Taemin live. I want to say 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
And literally all I could say, even though he was performing like Move and everything, all I could say was, look at the baby.
Yeah, right?
Although
That's me and
when
Felix right
Super
now.
M, I think, was on Ellen, there's a clip where a security guard falls in love with Taemin. Like
I did not see this.
like
But,
he starts
yeah.
asking Shaols in the audience
Uh-huh.
like, that man is beautiful.
Well, like, here's the thing, right? We were just talking about how Big Bang is charismatic. Taemin has his own brand of charisma.
Taemin is also, even though he's not buff, Taemin is also a himbo. Just
We got a number of them. We have a number of them.
Follow up episodes.
right
We-
Already
we have
planned.
So many. Okay.
Yep.
So that was SHINee replay.
Okay. All right. So now just to pivot a little, because it's not all about the boys, right?
Right.
We are going to be talking about Wonder Girls.
My ladies.
Like this, yo, like this.
Yes. We chose Wonder Girls for our for second gen. And it was, well, let's talk about that. It was between Wonder Girls and Sonyeoshide.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why did we choose Wonder Girls?
I will say this. Whenever I think of second gen girl groups, I do tend to mostly think of SNSD or Wonder Girls. It isn't until now I literally was like, oh shoot, there was Secret in there too. And Sistar.
No, there are too many to count.
Right.
Yeah.
But my
To anyone,
specific
y'all.
my
Like, we ended up
specific
doing Big Bang
question,
and we didn't even pick to anyone.
my specific question though is, why did we choose Wonder Girls today?
All right. I chose Wonder Girls mainly because I feel like as much of an impact that they had on second gen, now they're kind of obscure and they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
They really shouldn't be obscure. Wonder Girls kind of, just like To Anyone in a certain extent like kind of made another element of like how you could be a girl group and be successful in K-pop. That's what Wonder Girls was to me. Wonder Girls was like, this is your own brand of varying levels, varying ideas of femininity with Wonder Girls. Absolutely love them. Absolutely love them for that. And also, I think at this time too with second gen, because I only knew, well, I mean, I knew other people too, but for the most part, the ones who were like getting videos obviously were from the big three. Yeah. So,
but I mean, Wonder Girls was from JYP.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But for me, I chose Wonder Girls. I would put it this way: when I think of SNSD, right, and especially in that generation, I think of G.
Okay.
The one song that they all hate.
Yeah.
Which is
they all
also
hate that song.
Probably why I didn't pick them, because if I picked them, I would have picked G.
Got you. Oh.
And so I'm not saying that it's not iconic.
Not even I Got a Boy.
Our Dibby Dibby Dip Boy is in G.
Yeah.
I know he is. He really is.
And he like moving mannequins.
That's a really interesting point because, how can you talk about second gen girl group and not talk about G, and yet when you go back, they don't like this
right,
song.
They don't like that song.
They hate it for a multitude of reasons, but I think the biggest one is like they've done so many more songs. Why is that one still the one that everybody makes them dance to? Everybody makes them sing. Everybody is like, oh, I know you guys from that.
To be honest, that song or the reaction to that song for the ladies can go really deep into how you're now presenting this girl group to the world.
Because after that, all of a sudden, all they could do was cutesy.
I don't agree with that.
I was like, because they did some other songs after that, but it was more like this is the image. This was not us. This was not us. Right. This is literally like this was not us. This is not us. And G takes it to one. We are grown women with minds,
and so that's where the other part comes in, where like the mannequin thing just. I mean, one, the mannequins looked weird. Two, you're now talking about breaking down a body, even though you're like, oh, we're being very cute, like G, like yeah, but
right. But this is why all the girls hate the song, because there's so many like the reactions to it have so many
layers.
So many layers of like this is why we don't like this song. This is
although
why we don't like this
I love
music
it when I watch the boy groups.
Oh yeah,
dance
when the boy
and
groups
sing
do it, it's kind of funny, but.
And so that leads into why I chose Wonder Girls. For me, even though I think across their musical career, Soyeonshide has grown past G very successfully.
They absolutely have.
Wonder Girls had that kind of multi-various presentations even at that time.
Right.
Right? And so that's why we didn't choose like Tell Me or
Nobody.
We chose Like This, which is honestly not a typical girl group song. It's a more hard-hitting kind of,
especially for
like,
that age.
That would have, to be honest, Like This sounds like a 2 p.m. song.
Yeah, I could see that.
It sounds like a 2 p.m. song.
So you could easily convert this to be a boy band song.
I feel
and so
like
that's what I loved about
I
Wonder
feel
Girls.
like I could probably find a video of 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. dancing the Like
Of course
This.
they are.
Of course.
We know Jokeon.
We also know that they love supporting each other, and they always have.
But Wonder Girls for me, I think, though I love Wonder Girls and I love Soyeonshide and all the other girl groups of this generation, that's what caught me about Wonder Girls. That they successfully were able to do a lot of different concepts beyond the G type concept.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So Like This, y'all.
I actually know that choreography too. Fun fact.
It's a very
love
fun
the choreography.
choreo. Okay, so this next one. Oh,
Maybe take a drink of water because we're about to get
a drink
little,
of water.
We're about to get a little thirsty in here.
You're gonna need a whole 24-ounce water bottle, maybe even 32 water bottle for every member in 2 p.m.
Because that's who's next.
multiply that by 6. 32 by 6
for every member.
And I'm gonna also be like, now you're on a timer.
All right. So,
But-
yeah, talk to us about 2 p.m., Bella. It's your choice. Tell us what song you chose.
For those that know 2 p.m., it is not Heartbeat. It is All Day I Think of You.
Ooh.
The booty ass song.
The booty song.
I honestly, when they came out with this song and I was watching the debut stage, I turned it off.
It is so.
If you don't know what I mean, it's the chair song. It's the chair song.
It's the booty
It's
song
the chair
too.
song.
It is. Like if everyone thought Rain was a little bit much, with Rain is
No, this is the grown man.
This
grown.
is the Tongseng now wants to be called Oppa song.
But
Yes.
but here's the other thing. They do this with shirts on. No titties showing
But
because
those
it got
pants-
banned.
But,
An
but-
accomplishment.
yes, but those pants were
Woo!
they were leather too. I think a couple of them had leather pants
They
on.
all had leather. And on some part of them,
Can we turn the air conditioning back on, please?
I think it's on.
I think wow, that says a lot. And then on top of that,
But
the choreo.
That-
Just,
The
let
chairs.
me just say it this way. All they gotta do is sit on that fucking chair. just Jun K, sit on that fucking chair and sing, boy.
let me tell you,
Sing, Oppa. I would love to hear you sing.
this music video. So I had kind of like left 2
Mhm.
p.m.
Mm.
after, like
Mhm.
or just wasn't
Yeah.
paying attention.
Mm.
My friend showed me this song,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, "Why did you show me this music video?" I remember because I was in a cafe.
Mhm.
So this was also late, like after the song had been out for years.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, okay.
I was in a cafe and she's like, "Oh, you have to watch this song." And I was like, "Okay, watch this music video." And I was like, "Okay." I watch it. I was immediately jealous of every female in the music video.
You know who I'm more jealous of? Those gosh darn chairs.
Wow.
Oh, also crazy enough, for people who know Twice did a cover of this, and I
I
was
can't.
like, I'm gonna need y'all to not do this.
Right?
Like,
Right.
no, this song
Every
is not
group.
meant to be repeated by other people.
Correct.
Period.
So here's the thing where
Not even your faves.
for a couple of years, right? Like a couple of years ago when they're doing all of these like, hey, we're gonna do all these like shows about idols wanting to debut and all this stuff, right? And every time I was like, you're going to need to cover 2 p.m. You're gonna need to cover Big Bang. You're gonna need to cover SHINee. And I was like, okay, a lot of these groups have very, very specific sounds.
Mhm.
And every time it was 2 p.m., I had to turn the TV off. I had to just turn the screen off because the songs that they would pick were Heartbeat, Again and Again,
Classics.
or ADTOY, the booty ass song. But here's the thing. When you're 16,
Ooh.
you don't got no booty.
I was wondering where you were going with this.
When you're 16 or younger, do not touch this song. When you're 20 and you haven't hit the gym yet, please do not touch this song. If you, generally speaking, are not comfortable with this concept of being very confident in your own body and loving your body, don't touch this song.
So interesting. This song.
By the way,
was
that is
also-
that's not to shame anyone. It's just like this is how that song is.
This is the grown
Man.
song.
This
And-
this is like the Usher song.
This is way past Usher. This is like Brian McKnight,
Oh, late
D'Angelo.
night.
I've got nothing but oil on my chest.
Yeah, this
even though they have on t-shirts, but this is straight up.
I wish we had a
this
camera.
This is Tyrese. Like, no, you don't know this song. This song, honestly, even the music video, is the music video rated 19? I don't even think
I
the
don't
music
think
video
so.
is rated 19
No.
because the shirts are on and no,
Yeah.
like,
There's,
but
there
this
was
video
nothing-
was
no
so
nipple.
close.
There was nothing that was
Right.
inappropriate.
Yeah.
Exactly, but this song was very.
The
But
this
again-
music video was very
insinuations.
close. Not the song,
I
but
have-
the music video.
I probably have only seen this music video like 3 times
Yeah.
because I can't get to the end.
Same
So here's why.
to protect my innocence.
Exactly.
We are now watching this. But
what innocence for
No, it's more like I can't drink that.
no.
I can't
What I'm
drink that much water. All right, in one day.
What I'm saying is, what innocence for me? I am revealing myself here.
I see.
But I will put it this way. Okay, so why?
But they did it so classy. Like that was the crazy part.
Right.
It was so classy. Like it wasn't
I mean,
like
they can still
raunchy.
perform it.
Right.
But here's
They
the thing.
literally they are still performing that song.
Right, they
Yeah.
are. Here's the thing. Why did I pick 2 p.m. after we've picked Big Bang and we picked SHINee and we picked Wonder Girls? Why 2 p.m.? Well, and why this song? It kind of goes back to how they started. Right. So when they started, they had 7. They had J Park. They had all the, and then they had the drama in between. But in my recollection, and you guys can correct me if I had short-term memory loss or something, it was too hot for me to handle, whatever. But I feel like most groups, when they initially lose a member and when they lose their leader, that is the end.
No,
They
it is.
oftentimes fizzle
People
out.
start. No, I remember there was like a survey recently for someone's like fandom research on how many people actually end up leaving fandoms, mainly because even if they weren't, and what's crazy is like it's not even the bias that left.
It's not.
It's just one of the members left for whatever reason, and they just stopped listening to the group.
And it's the same thing with like TV shows. That one main character leaves, or that one character that everybody is like, oh, hey, they're actually very critical, and then they leave, and it's like this show's not the same anymore. So that's kind of what was happening, right? So 2 p.m. J Park leaves, not because of his own choice, but because he kind of had to, was forced to make
It
that
was
decision.
his choice.
But it was limited options.
Exactly.
Right. And so to me, I wasn't into 2 p.m. at the time. I knew what was going on.
Oh, that's interesting.
But I was like, okay, we'll see what happens. And then years later on, they're still doing fairly well. Like they don't have the same hits like, Again and Again or like 10 out of 10.
But that's only because their sound, like
changed.
the sound changed,
Right.
but the sound changed in a way that, again, just like I'm saying, this was a grown man song. They started making grown people
Men
music.
Right.
Yeah, grown
Because-
people
Yeah,
music.
they started making grown people music.
Right.
And of course, at the time, most of the people that were now, like, essentially the grown people music were kind of like fading out.
Right.
Like,
But so the fact that 2 p.m. was able to essentially make a massive comeback with this song, to me was like, that absolutely has to be mentioned because you don't have another second gen group that loses their leader and then comes back to be like, yo, we're still relevant. We're still like major.
Yeah.
And now nobody can touch that song. If they touch a song, I'm like, nah, automatic cancel right now because
That,
it's not an automatic cancel because you will absolutely fail. It's because it's so iconic.
this is also why this song will never actually be covered at like Mama.
You cannot. You have to
Did
have the
somebody
OG.
cover it at Mama?
No.
'Cause, this is not the we're gonna cover this
No,
song.
if you're gonna cover 2 p.m., do not touch ADTOY.
No, they're gonna do.
It's like
they're gonna do My House. They're
Right.
definitely gonna
which
do
is
UDT.
to me is the second part of ADTOY
Well, Liz.
because
Ooh, what's part 3 gonna be?
Oh,
Part
just,
3?
Just
No,
put
part-
Jun-K back in the
part,
studio.
part
We'll be
3
good.
was their latest comeback with Woo Young who wrote it, and he wrote it because the My House resurgence, and he was like, hey,
Oh yeah.
that it's a very similar sound to My House. Not a bad song. But I will also say this: ADTOY is very hard to top.
I mean, it is. It is.
It was also the last one that JYP wrote for them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because after that, they were like, "We like you, sir. Good sir, we love you."
Yeah, because
But-
UDT was Jun-K.
Yeah,
Oh.
Urichi was Junkei. And they were like,
Yeah.
we like your songs. We thank you very much for all the support you've given us. We are now grown men. We would like to try to put our songs out there. And I think that was actually the start of when JYP was like, okay, we're going to have our groups try to, like, if they can produce their stuff, we're going to try to let them do as
Yeah.
much as they can. But with definitely with 2 p.m., after ADTOY, they're like, we can push. And so this song to me as a hottest, whoo, it is hot under those collars. All I'm saying is, I'm sorry, Mom.
I mean, for me, 2 p.m. is hopeful because they have, like we've been mentioning, they've just come back so many times from
They've
so
had
many
so
different
many
things.
Yeah.
My 2 p.m. comeback story is, and Army is going through this now, but when your faves go to the military, it's real hard to recover from that.
Oh,
yeah.
Some groups never recover from that. And, you lose a big part of your fan base. You lose 2 years to produce.
Or if you have multiple people.
Yeah. So
6+ years is a total common thing.
the draft is really tough on a group. And so when first gen went to the military, I dropped out of K-pop. That was my career hiatus, right? When I think when Shinhwa went to the army, I was just like, okay, I can't recover from this. Yeah. The group that got me back in, 2 p.m. 2 p.m. brought me back so hard into K-pop, which I hadn't listened to for a couple of years, that I still have an email address that is 2 p.m. fan the year I came back. Because that's what an impact 2 p.m. made on me.
There's a fun fact that y'all can probably see from where we're sitting at my kitchen table. You can see in my little cubby hole over there, you see all the albums.
Oh, yeah.
You see the My House album sitting at the very top?
I just noticed that.
I also have my Grown album with the ADTOY song.
Listen, a 2 p.m. deep track, like deep cuts.
Woo! That Grown album has a lot of solid.
2 p.m.'s deep cuts.
Look forward to our future Station Head episodes where we will be DJing some of these selections for you.
Like the Go Crazy album, which, by the way, I Go Crazy is a very tough one for me to be like, I like this song. I kind of am on the fence about it.
I can see that. Yeah. I prefer Hands Up.
Yeah.
Oh, Hands Up, absolutely. By the way, if you've never listened to the track Electricity.
Oh, no, I know. Yeah.
That might change your mind about like when they went Grown.
Interesting.
Well, technically, weren't they already grown? Like this is
like
boys,
already grown.
This is like Boys to Men. Boys to Men
Hands Up was talking about drinking at the club.
No, because even they're
the
like
literal shots.
Yeah,
they're like Boys to Men. Boys to Men keeps being put in like the boy band category, but they were never boys. They were always men.
But like 2 p.m. on the other hand was like half boy, half man when they first debuted. Those outfits did not help.
10 out of 10 is like their replay.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. Those outfits, I'm sorry, were not 10 out of 10. Those those outfits, even back then.
Listen, there's a group that we didn't put on here that we should have next time, but we are going to talk about them next time. But second gen has some. I don't understand
dozens and dozens of groups. Yeah,
but no, how second gen was able to make all of those fashion don'ts and hair don'ts look good in a way, not necessarily like
that'll be our
good,
first like YouTube video episode.
Yes, know, when you brought this, I was like, oh, 2 p.m. again and again. Those shoes did not. I'll be back.
The outfits,
the shoes for I'll be back, spiky.
The fits in second gen were highly questionable.
Right,
questionable.
Well, they made that choice.
Now that we're talking about 2 p.m. and now that we're done talking, I'm gonna go turn the AC on.
Yes, we need the cool
air.
Man.
Sweating.
You just don't know. If you don't know about second gen, like it's not even a rabbit hole. It's like a rabbit universe. It's like a rabbit universe, right?
It's a black hole. They just found out that black holes basically house universes, so like it's a black hole.
If you don't know, you just gotta get in there and find out where your current faves got all their moves from.
Exactly.
Right? We're not even like we talked about one solo artist so far. We haven't talked about the other two that really stand out. When it comes
even
to
the
There's
duos.
Just so much in second gen. Like
it's so
we could do 10 episodes and still talk more about second gen.
Exactly.
Just second gen. So
like we don't even like. I'm sorry. I love Stray Kids and I love some of the new groups, but like I could spend years.
Also, what you mean by
I could
new
write
groups?
a thesis on second gen.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah, I might.
No, technically I am.
Yeah, let's do it.
I am.
But it's like it is like we're talking about it like and you can hear there's so much there.
There's entirely too much in second gen. Let's just say that. There's
so
like
look
honestly
forward.
I could write a book on my fandom history when it comes to
We
2
should.
p.m.
We should.
like
Look
we
forward to
should,
that. Look
yeah.
forward to that.
Oh no, how this I will say this. Give me 10 years. We still have a lot of other projects in the way and like yeah.
And so we invite you to share with us your comments on Twitter at It Ain't You PDCST or Instagram at It Ain't You Podcast. Thank you all for listening to It Ain't You, where if you don't know, now you know. We're Estar.
Nike.
Bella.
Please show us some love on Spotify by leaving us a rating or a review and join our Patreon so we can grow and continue to give you all wonderful content.